Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture. I'm going to be making some very sweet ATCs, and I will be using this new Easter Bunnies stamp set. And I'll also be using this St. Patrick's Slimline paper pad. Those are the two slimline papers that I'll be using, the ones that I showed on top, as well as the Sprinkle Scallop Rectangle dies and the Fadoodles Frame Scallop Rectangle dies as well. I started to use the Shamrock Swirl stamp set, but the Easter Bunnies came in the mail and I had to make with them. I had to. So I took the idea of St. Patrick's Day and merged it with the bunnies, and this is what we've got. So I have used the Sprinkle Scallop Rectangle die to cut out 4 ATC sized black rectangles. And ATC size, if you're unaware, is 3.5 by 2.5. Beyond that size constraint, everything else is what you will do. Creativity abounds, and you can make whatever you want on that small landscape, if you will. There's so much that can be done in that small little area. You can see I also cut out 2 white ATC frames with that same Sprinkles rectangle die, and then I took the 2 different pattern papers from the St. Patrick's Slimline paper, and I cut those out with the Fadoodles Frame Scallop Rectangles, which are just a hair smaller than the Sprinkle Scallop Rectangles, and they fit perfectly together. Now on this one, you can see that the die shifted a little bit, and it didn't cut out the bottom of that paper, so the scallops are flat, and I don't want flat scallops. So I had a third one cut, and I didn't like the way that that one looked because there wasn't enough of the shamrock detail left over. So I just snipped off the bottom to add some green and black to the bottom of this one, glued them together. The viewer probably will never even see that if they don't watch this video or if I don't point it out to them. So I have my 4 bases ready. I have 2. The ones with the black wood grain background are on the white ATC frames, and the ones with the white background are on the black ATC frames. And so here I have stamped out these sweet bunnies onto some watercolor cardstock. I did use StazOn ink just because it was on my desk, but any waterproof ink will do. And you can use any watercolor cardstock you might choose. I think this is just from Michael's, if I'm not mistaken. It's either Michael's or, nope, it's Michael's. I was going to say it might be Hobby Lobby or Strathmore, but it's not. Anyway, I have my Arteza watercolor, I think it's a 36 pan set there in the top right, and just a small paintbrush. Do I even have it in front of me to tell you what size it is? It's worn off, I think. I don't know. I don't want to give you the wrong number. If I'm able to find one that in my stash that's the same size, I'll definitely let you know. I also had a number 6 silver black or black velvet silver. I did not use that. I used it a little bit at the end when I do some splatters. But again, I'll try to put the information on this one that you see on the screen. I will try to put that in the description box if I'm able to find it. I just use this brush so often, it's just worn off. The information has worn off of the handle. But anyway, I don't do anything fancy when I'm coloring or when I'm painting, whether I'm using watercolors, watercolor pencils, my alcohol ink markers. I'm not fancy. I don't really pay attention to light sources or anything like that. I just go with what makes my eye happy. And usually, in fact, probably almost always, that entails layers. I do layers of colored pencils. I do layers of watercolor. I do layers of alcohol ink. And to me, that's what gives the result that pleases my eye. But these sweet little bunnies, I mean, the artistry is just amazing. It doesn't matter how detailed you want to color them or paint them or whatever. They're going to be adorable with the most simple coloring or the most detailed. I mean, I know people who can do the, look at that. Look, I mean, they're just cute. My coloring, my painting aside, they're just cute. I didn't do that. The designer, the artist did that. But I started to say, I know people who can do the, what is it called, where they do the no line watercoloring, the no line coloring. I can't do that. That is outside of my skill set. That doesn't mean I can't continue to try and to hone those skills, but in this moment I can't do that. But I don't beat myself up about it. I do what I can do and what makes me happy. And when I'm trying something new, I don't beat myself up about that either. So I encourage you guys to do the same. Do what makes your heart happy and what pleases your eye. And if you want to learn new skills, don't beat yourself up as you're learning. Learning is just that, right? We don't go into a learning environment expected to know what we're going to be taught. So, go into your learning process with the same way, with that grace, with that kindness, with that understanding that it is a process. So, one of the things that I want to say in terms of my watercoloring is often I will lay down too much of a pigment, and something that I have learned to do is lift some of that pigment up. And you probably will have seen that I do that a lot with the black. And here I'm going to be laying down some of a green, it's like, I don't know, it's like a foresty olivey green that I lay over those bright greens, and I don't like it. So I lift it some, and I'm doing the same with the bunnies there with the black on their foreheads, just lifting some of that. I just will use either a clean brush or just add a little bit of water to it, and I just lift. And that's exactly what I did with those eggs right there. I put the green down. I didn't like it. I lifted it up with my brush, wiped it off, and then went in with a color that I did like. I just added a little bit of yellow, to be fair, to those green eggs. And now I have 2 green eggs, but they're slightly different in hue. So I think they're super cute. I love that there's that darker element on the top of the bunnies' heads, just to add some interest and some differentiation in the color. And then, of course, fussy cut. I am a fussy cutter. To be honest, I don't know if these stamps have coordinating dies, but if they do, I will definitely link them downstairs in the description box. I am a fussy cutter at heart, so I just tend to do that. I don't often get the dies. But here I am auditioning all of my pieces, making sure that they are able to be seen and have that bit of contrast with the background that I adhere them to. So now I'm using my Barely Art Glue, which I absolutely love. I had to refill it. That was empty. I have my my big refill bottle, and it's about, I think you get 3 full bottles out of the refill, and I'm on my second. So adhering all of these little cutouts from the pattern paper that are cut with the Fadoodles frames, scallop rectangle dies, and I'm adhering those to the ATC frames that are again cut with the sprinkle scallop rectangle dies. And now I am popping these sweet little guys up on some double-sided foam tape using the wet glue to give me some wiggle room. And then I decided I was going to stamp the sentiment. I thought I was going to do something different, and then I thought I was going to add some bling, but I do this splatter, and so it didn't need anything else. The splatter is all beautiful and shimmery, and I just use the same sentiment on each one of them because I may be giving these away, I may not be giving these away, but each person that I give them to will be a favorite sunbun. And now I have used my Yuli watercolors in a couple shades of green and then in a couple shades of yellow to give that splatter, but I also wanted some more of the white splatter, so I pulled out my starry colors as well and just sprayed them down, let them get nice and saturated so that the pigments would splatter. And look at all that glorious splatter. I've got some of that silvery white and some green and some gold, and I think these just turned out absolutely adorable. And I still have, as you can see, all the splatter all over my work surface, and I am not mad about it. I love it. I think they're so cute, and I love those pattern papers with these sweet little bunny images. Oh, Whimsy just does it right, y'all. Look how stinking cute. Now you can see I've got a little bit of cat hair on that one. It's gone. It's been wiped off. I didn't catch it when I was filming, but I apologize for that. But my sweet little Miss Guinevere made her presence known while I was creating that day. So here are my 4 sweet ATCs. They could not have been easier. They were so simple, so fast, and so stinking cute. Y'all, you just can't go wrong. I mean, look at that. And if you'll notice, I did them all with green eyes because I have green eyes. I don't make all of my characters or critters have green eyes, but in this case I did. And with that, sweet friends, I am finished with this particular project. I ask that you would like and subscribe if you have not already. I would love to have you back here on my channel with my sweet crafty tribe. I have listed all the products downstairs in the description box if you are interested in using any of those links to shop. I would love to meet you downstairs in the comments section so we can have a conversation. And until next time, this is Nancy, the Handy Scandy. Mwah! And I'm out.